4 managers, 1 season, 12 games left, and Nottingham Forest are still flirting with the drop. Yes, you can't make this up, because tonight Forest have appointed Vítor Pereira as their new head coach on an 18-month deal. And if you're a Forest fan right now, your head must be spinning. Let's slow this down. This isn't just another managerial change. This is chaos with a contract attached. Picture the scene. City ground, nervous energy, fans restless, a 0-0 draw against bottom-placed Wolves, a game that should have screamed survival fight, but instead whispered fear. And just days later, Sean Dyche is gone. 114 days. That's all he got. 6 wins in 18 league matches. Not amazing, not catastrophic, just mid-table survival form in a relegation scrap. But in this Forest timeline, that's apparently not enough. So now, here comes Vítor Pereira, the 4th manager of the season. 4th. That's it for a second. Now here's where it gets interesting. Pereira isn't some random gamble pulled from a shortlist at 3 a.m. He was at Wolves last season, took them into December 2024, kept them in the Premier League, which in fairness is no small achievement. But then, dreadful start to the next campaign, sacked in November, and now Forest, who are 3 points above the relegation zone, have said, yeah, that's our guy. You feel the tension, right? This is either genius or desperation dressed up as ambition. And here's the layer people aren't talking about enough. Evangelos Marinakis, Forest's owner. Pereira has worked under him before. Olympiacos 2015, 5 months together. So this isn't just a footballing appointment. This is familiarity, trust, loyalty, or maybe control. Because look at the pattern. Nuno Espírito Santo, gone after 3 league games. Not because of results alone, but because of a strained relationship with Marinakis over transfers. Ange Postecoglou, winless in 8 matches, 39 days. Dyche, 114 days. There's a theme here. Managers aren't just being judged on the pitch, they're being judged in the boardroom. And if you're a coach walking into this situation, you know one thing. The margin for error is microscopic. Now let's talk football. 12 games remaining. Forest are 3 points above the relegation zone. Already out of the FA Cup. Europa League knockout playoff against Fenerbahce next week. Then Liverpool at home. This isn't a gentle introduction. This is being thrown into a storm. And Pereira's job? Immediate stability. No honeymoon. No, let's build gradually. This is survival mode from day one. I keep asking myself, what does Pereira actually bring to this squad? Tactically, he's pragmatic, structured, not romantic football. He'll prioritize shape, defensive solidity, midfield discipline. He knows how to grind results. But here's the question, will the players buy in? Because when you're on your 4th manager of the season, something happens psychologically. Dressing rooms get confused. Tactics change every few months. Voices change. Leadership styles change. And players start thinking, who's next? Stability isn't just about formations, it's about belief. And right now, Forest look like a club trying to plug a leak with duct tape. Let's be real though. Forest fans aren't stupid. They know survival is the only objective. Forget pretty football. Forget long-term projects. If Pereira keeps them up, he'll be a hero. Relegation and this whole managerial carousel becomes the headline. Because at some point, it stops being about the coach. It becomes about the culture. And I can't ignore this part. That 0-0 last draw against Wolves, bottom of the league, that should have been the moment to show fight. Instead, it exposed nerves. Forest looked like a team playing not to lose. And in a relegation battle, that's dangerous. Pereira's first task isn't tactics, it's mentality. He needs to walk into that dressing room and inject belief. Because the fixtures ahead, Fenerbahce away, hostile atmosphere, Liverpool at home, high intensity. You don't ease into this schedule, you survive it. Now here's my honest take. This feels like Marinakis choosing someone he trusts more than someone the fans necessarily demanded. And sometimes that works, sometimes that backfires spectacularly, because when you've already cycled through Nuno, Postecoglou and Dyche in a single campaign, you're not just searching for wins, you're searching for control. And here's the brutal reality, if Pereira wins early, the narrative flips instantly. Smart appointment, experienced operator, knows how to manage pressure. If he loses 2 or 3 on the bounce, the conversation becomes toxic. Why appoint someone Wolves just sacked? Where's the long-term vision? Football is ruthless. Momentum shapes truth. But let's zoom out for a second. Forest are fighting for Premier League survival. That's millions in revenue, sponsorships, recruitment power, global exposure. Relegation isn't just a sporting failure, it's financial shock. And owners don't make calm decisions when financial risk is staring them in the face. This appointment screams urgency, and I actually feel for Pereira, because walking into a club mid-season, already on its 4th manager, hovering above the relegation zone, that's not a blank canvas. nervous. That's a ticking clock. No preseason, no transfer window, just pressure. Every press conference will be loaded, every substitution scrutinized, every dropped point magnified. But here's what makes football beautiful. Sometimes chaos creates heroes. Sometimes the manager nobody fully believes in becomes the one who saves the season. And if Pereira stabilizes Forest, tightens the defense, grabs gritty wins, and keeps them up, this wild managerial season becomes a footnote. If not, it becomes a case study in instability. So Forest fans, I'm asking you now, do you trust this appointment? Is Pereira the calm head you need, or just another chapter in the turbulence? And honestly, if you were Marinakis, would you have stuck with Dyche longer, or was this change inevitable? Drop your thoughts below, because one thing is certain, the next 12 games will define Nottingham Forest's entire season, and maybe define Vítor Pereira's reputation in English football for good. Football doesn't wait, and neither does the table. Let's see if this gamble pays off.